Man. Sorry, guys. Couldn't find my chapstick. What's up?
FT fam, super
that's
power
wrong.
belief.
Boop. What's up? How we doing? Sorry, I just picked up my phone and I have about, I don't know, like 75 text messages. I hope you guys are all doing well. Just finished up hour one over on Foul Territory. Had a good time with it. Hopefully there wasn't too much fan noise going on versus hour one because, of course. But I think we're all right. Things get a little jumbled up. We gotta make some adjustments sometimes. But we always catch up. I'm excited. I think we have a nice little community exercise where I need all of your guys' opinion and all of your guys' feedback on this next thing we're gonna do. So you need to buckle up. You guys need to get your thinking caps on because I'm gonna need you. But the chats are up. I am reading them. I am excited about reading them. I'm gonna actually really quickly make a second chat window so that I can see you on both monitors because sometimes I need to use one of the monitors to show you something. So it'd be nice to have you on both. Let's move you over here. There you go. There you are. Very cute. Don Shoddy, I saw your sub, by the way. Thank you so much. Welcome in. D-Sarm, what up, my guy? Guys, D-Sarm's here. Dude, Dan Sarmiento's in the chat. That's crazy. Dude, that's crazy. Jack, what up? What up, what up, what up? How's everybody doing? How's it going? If you guys have an athletic sponsorship subscription, make sure you go over there and participate in the how you're feeling about your team winning the World Series poll they have running. It's like right there on the main page in MLB. You should check it out. I did it myself. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Sam, man, thanks for the new sub on Twitch, dude. Appreciate it. How was lunch? It was good, man. It was good. That's what we use the second hour for, guys. This is a stream part. The first part, we did all of our scripted stuff, and then we try to have a little bit fun with the stream in the second, which kind of brings me to why, how we use the Discord and stuff here too. Let me just move this over here. Man, everything's kind of off center. Oh, that's way better. Okay, cool. We're good. We good. All right. Zetter's 4 years. That's crazy. Did you do it for the Mets? I did. Or do it for the M's? I did. Of course I did. There's still 15%, which is hilarious. Okay. We had a question in Discord. By the way, if you guys ever want to ask me a question, submit something, whatever, our Discord channel is where the place to do it. When this season ends, I go into the fall, and I haven't done this in the past because this show has kind of just been a real thing for the first time this year. We're going to be making a bunch of adjustments, and first time I'm telling the mods to. And what I want to do, I'm going to make that place a lot easier to interact with me, and a place that I hang out in a lot more. And one thing I'm struggling with is I have 1,000 platforms. Like I'm in Slack for one show. I'm on the Substack getting questions. I'm getting asked on Instagram. There's too many ways to communicate now. That's probably why it's hard to. And I really love Discord. And I think our Discord is awesome. And I think you guys are all awesome too. So if you want to ask questions, I'm in there all the time looking for a question to get to in the chat. Also, I want to go to there sometimes for when we want to talk about certain things as well. Like you guys give me a lot of inspiration is what I'm trying to say. So if you comment on YouTube, you comment on Substack, and you comment in the chat here, but also you are right in the Discord. Those are the places that I go and look for your feedback and things you want to hear about. So, and that gives me ideas for videos and really inspires me. So keep that stuff up. But here's an example of one of those. We're gonna go medium so the chat gets to stay on screen. From Mad Dog. Mad Dog asked a question in the chat recently. He said, I've seen people say that the AL MVP race is somewhat dependent upon stats favoring Judge versus narrative favoring Cal. We talked about this a couple weeks ago with Aroldis Chapman. And to be a reliever, in order to win the Cy Young as reliever, you have to have narrative on your side. You have to have broken a record or done something no one else has done because you simply can't put up the stats to beat a starter out. You just can't if you're going off stats. It's impossible. Your value to the team just will never be as much as a starter in terms of WAR or any other metric like that. So he asked, how do you reevaluate the relative impact importance of defensive positions to each other? What is the baseline importance of a catcher defensively and logistically compared to an outfielder? So first, that's a great question. Second, the big things are, now we're getting a lot of defensive metrics like outs above average or defensive runs saved. Those things are valuable at the beginning. So like, if you look at two guys and you say, this catcher is like a 11 outs above average, and this outfielder is a -2. Like, that's a huge difference. There should be a boost here for them. But if they're like, I think Judge is like +4 and Cal Raleigh's like +6 or something like that, they're fairly close, it's a wash at that point. In terms of just that stat doesn't tell you enough. And that is just like, how many runs are you helping prevent or whatever based on range. And the thing is, it's weird because catchers don't have range. Outfielders do have range and infielders do have range. So it's like how these things are balanced are different too. So you can't really go, it's part of the picture, but you can't really put too much weight into those. One thing about catchers that's more of an intangible that's not necessarily based on statistics, but everyone in the game knows that it's true. The fact that catchers can be called defensive first catchers, like catchers can play in the major leagues for a really long time and not hit. Martin Maldonado, for example, like he's had a couple good hitting years, but he's just not known for his bat, but he's great defensively. The fact that you can do that, it's the only position you can just be good at one of the two things and have a long career. That tells you how important a good catcher is in terms defensively, blocking the ball, receiving, whatever, all things that Cal is good at, but also calling the game. Now, this brings me back to the thing we just talked about with the Marlins calling their pitches. That would remove some of that value for the pitcher or for the catchers. But now, the catcher has to know what you're trying to do almost as good as you do. And not only do you only have to know how you want to pitch, he's got to know how all the pitchers pitch. That is so much info. It's so much intuition. Also, on top of all that, you're wearing hot gear, you're crouched. You're the only one you're the only player on the field that is involved in every single pitch. Like, that is exhausting. And so being able to hit and play good defense and be exhausted is just mind-boggling, right? And that is the narrative stuff we're talking about with Cal Raleigh. He has broken the catcher's record by 10. He has more switch hitter homers than Mickey Mantle. And his team just came back and is probably going to win the division. That altogether, like his value to his team, is more than Aaron Judge's value to his team. And Aaron Judge is very valuable to the Yankees. I don't think it's by a lot. It's barely. And that's the question. Is that enough to edge him out for an MVP? Is that enough? And the answer to that question is, ask me again next week because I don't know yet. It has been established, and I said this last week or 2 weeks ago, and I got clarification. So voting on the awards doesn't happen till after, like the ballots aren't due till the end of the World Series. They're not due till the end of the playoffs. Like, lots of people put them in right when the regular season starts, but the deadline isn't till the end of the season. So basically, which I think is silly because it's supposed to be a regular season awards, yet you get to watch the playoffs to color your bias when you're voting? That seems counterintuitive to me, if you ask me. So, say the Mariners do some crazy stuff. Say Cal hits fucking nine homers or something, right? It's him, bro. If he wins a postseason award, it's him. If the Mariners win the World Series, he's winning the MVP. It's over. Like, I guarantee it at that point. If he hits 60, if he somehow hit 4 home runs in the next 5 games and caught Judge's record, can you imagine? Or if he broke it, if he hit 5 homers in 5 games and broke it, he's the MVP. So, like, that's how incredible what he's done. Like I said, he's breaking records. So, like, once you break records and doing something that nobody in your position has ever done, because the game's been around for 150 years, it's just hard to not say you're the MVP. It's just, like, it would be a shame. It would be a shame if that season kind of got lost to memory because the guys we remember are the MVPs. And that's sad to say. But, like, When Eric Gagne won the Cy Young, Mark Pryor's second half was one of the greatest second halves ever for a starting pitcher. He was 10-1 with a 1.5, absolutely dominating, and he didn't win it, and we all forgot. So that's how this stuff works. This is how these things lay out. That said, Judge is like 90 points above him. Some of the stats differences are just too big, maybe. But like Judge's usual runaway thing is his power, and he doesn't have that advantage this year. I do think that it might be Cal, which kind of brings me into what I need you guys for. All right, we're doing this thing together. I want to go through all of the awards, and I want to figure this thing out. I want to see what you guys think. I want you to help me make a case for certain guys in certain situations. And I have called upon our trusty, handy notebook here. It's literally a text edit document. Okay, so actually I'm going to move this over a little bit because I'm in the way. So I want to figure out, the goal today is to figure out who's going to win all the awards. Let's fill out our ballot. Who are we going to go and do? And I want you guys to participate. So I'm looking at the chat. I want you guys in here on this as well. Maybe, I wonder if I could, maybe we could do this. Hold on. Let's go to medium. All right, and then maybe, no. Yeah, let's just do it up here so that we can see the chat as well. I want the chat to be on the screen. Awesome, I love this. All right, so we can make this big again. Okay, so AL MVP. I know we just talked about it. I think it's Cal. And I think it's Cal because his team makes the playoffs. It's Cal because Aaron Judge is just so good, and he has been good, and he can't one-up himself, man. It's hard to win an MVP every single year unless you do something amazing every year. Right? And that's going to be interesting when we talk about the NL, but I really think Cal deserves it. I think, look, statistically, Aaron Judge has a better statistic season. He does. He does. Like, there's no denying that. I think Cal will be like, yeah, like, you know, he's not as many RBIs, not as much, whatever. But like, usually the power difference is what gives it so easily to Aaron Judge. I think that's why it wasn't particularly close between Judge and Witt last year. But there's a thing that happens. It's called voter fatigue. Judge won it last year. Are we going to give it to the same person every time? That's what's going to sink Ohtani eventually, is him winning it all the time. It's boring. We got to keep like, people don't want the same thing every time. Who wants strawberry ice cream every time? Statistically, it's Judge. It is. But Cal, but if they win their division, who knows? But I think Cal's story, his record, he has catcher records, and he's a catcher. And then the way the team has come on at the end of the year, I think Cal edges it out. You can disagree with me, but I'm right. Okay. Now, NL is interesting, okay? Speaking of Shohei, okay, we spoke about Shohei. I think it's probably Shohei. And the only reason, because I think number 2 is Schwarber. Schwarber's the same. He's a DH. That's the problem. If both of you aren't going to have any defensive stats, Ohtani pitching is going to push him ahead. And they're super close in terms of the home runs, right? They just are. Schwarber is having the greatest year he's ever had, and they have about the same stats. Like, think about it that way. So, and also Schwarber hasn't broken any records. He's just having an incredible season. Like, it's special in so many ways. And yes, but like the Phillies are just handily winning. Like, the fact that there's nothing really narratively there as much. Instead of, we love Kyle Schwarber. Trust me, I'm at the front of that line as well. I love Kyle Schwarber. He needed to hit 70, guys. So I just think it's Shohei. It's Shohei. You know? Do you guys disagree? Do you disagree? Oh, by the way, back to really quick from Cal and Judge. Cal plays in a real baseball field. Boom, boom. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. It's just a joke. It's just a joke, guys. I know. It's tough. It's tough being a Yankees fan. I know. I'm sorry. Mean. That was mean. It's tough over there. Making the playoffs every single year, no matter what, it's really hard. Hey, just let me poke fun, okay? I grew up a Mariners fan. I played for the Twins. I played for the Mets. Come on. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about Cy Youngs. Let's talk about Cy Youngs. And there's a lot kind of going on the Cy Young side of things. Because we have, what do we have? We have, so in the AL, it's who I don't think Aroldis is in it anymore, unfortunately. Sad. It's got to be Crochet and Tarek Skubal. So who do we think it is between those? I believe Skubal has a 2.21 ERA. He is like 8 strikeouts behind. But if you guys had to choose between Crochet and Skubal, who would you choose? As an unbiased Orioles fan, Trevor Rogers. I love Trevor Rogers' year, but he's only thrown 106 innings or something. Scooby? You think it depends on what Crochet does tonight? Okay? Recency bias will make Crochet. Well, now I got to look up Crochet. So, should we can quickly... Hold on real quick. Let me pull up some stats. Garrett Crochet, Savant. Oh my God, this is awful. Alrighty, back to what we were doing right here. Okay, so we have Crochet here. Actually, I'm gonna make them big. Okay, so Crochet sitting on what? 197 innings, 249 strikeouts, 2.7. He's got half a run higher than Skubal. But the Tigers' downfall might crush him. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is dicey. It's getting dicey. It's getting kind of dicey. Green Skeens battle tonight. Ooh. Strikeouts and innings are almost identical. Scoobs has him on walks and home runs and ERA. Yeah, I think Scoob edges him out. Though, let's put it this way, all right? I have a way to approach this. I think it'll be right now, at this moment, it's Scoobs, right? Because Tarek's got suckball. My bad. Oh my God, dude. My bad. Scubble. Sorry, Scoobs. My bad. It's my bad. Okay. I think right now it's Skubal because he's half a run, and they're pretty much equal in everything else, except he's better in walks and better in hits. If Crochet goes out throws 7, 8 shutty and strikes out 14 tonight, then the strikeout total is so much different than maybe. But I think the edge goes to Skubal. He's just been so dominant for so long. Yeah, I think it's Skubal just by a little bit. Okay, in the NL side, we lost Zach Wheeler, so it's not him. We lost Zach Wheeler, and we have Paul Skeens. I'm going to be a Phillies homer and say Christopher Sanchez is good over Skeens. I think Sanchez is at the end. Now I need to look up Sanchez, so let's look him up real quick. Let's look up Sanchez. Chris Sanchez, 2.5, 196, 204, 108 whip. I don't think he's gonna. I don't think that edges Skeens. 13 wins. That's pretty good though, dude. Paul Skeens. No, Skeens has it. Are you kidding me? Skeens has less innings. He's got over a tenth of a whip point, and he's got a 203. And he still threw 181 innings. It's not like he hasn't thrown out. Yeah, no, this is it. No, he's got him. I want to throw another hat in the. I just want to give this guy some love. I want to give one guy love. He's probably third, but a dude who has thrown extremely well this year. Logan Webb has a 3.3 with 200 innings and 216 Ks. Now, don't worry about this stuff. He's throws sinkers, right? This is a really good year. Now, the walks are up a little bit, and he gives up more hits than usual, but like, dude, he's got more strikeouts. He's got more strikeouts. Sanchez is my pick for sure. He's in line with Skubal. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter if he's in line with Skubal. He's not in the NL, or he's not in the AL, dude. He's only... See, the thing is, Skeens' issue, it would be innings, but like Sanchez only has 15 more innings. That's not a big one. Guys, it's a Corbin Burns year. But I want to give Logan Webb some love. The 216 punchies is good. Ooh, Peralta? Peralta's probably in there too. Let's check Peralta. Freddie Peralta? Ooh, not enough innings. He's got less than Skeens. But good record. Again, I'd say Peralta and Sanchez are close. Skeens is going to win it. And he's Paul Skeens, guys. He's going to win it. So we're going to go with Skeens. It's Paul Skeens. I know, lay sigh. We can complain when he does, like, when he rattles off a bunch of them. He hasn't won one yet. He can have it. How's Yamamoto? He's more of a Logan Webb. He's close. He's up there, top 5 probably. All right. Let's talk about some rookies of the year, okay? On the AL side, I think it's not really close. I think it's not really close. So this is Nick Kurtz, man. It's Nick Kurtz and it's not close. The guy's ridiculous. Dude, easy. It's easy, Kurtz. And I would say if Jacob Wilson were healthy all year, he'd be in that conversation as well. But not that he's fallen off. Jacob Wilson's has a great year, but like Nick Kurtz is having like a silver slugger first baseman year in his first year. Like it's Nick Kurtz. Okay. It's not close. It's not close. Now NL. I have a front runner, but I want to know. So that's interesting. So because rookie of the year can be a pitcher. I was sitting on Drake Baldwin for a while, okay? Drake Baldwin's had a really, really good year. But he's split time because he's a catcher. So him and Murphy have been both catching quite a bit. So that limits the amount you can hit. So in the NL, does that leave a pitcher? Maybe Cade Horton? Because Cade Horton's having a stupid year. Like, look at this. Silly year, dude. The mega cutter himself. 118 innings pitched, 108, 260, yeah, like 11 wins. Like that's a really good year. Now, he's only made 22 starts. I think he's going to throw one more. So maybe. Ty Mile High, thank you so much, bro. Welcome. McLean would have won Rookie of the Year. Oh, yeah, McLean would have won it easy. I keep saying McLean. McLean would have won it easy. But he didn't throw enough. Chad Patrick has been better than Cade Horton. Just as good, maybe. Chad Patrick has been good. The old double first name. But let's look at Drake Baldwin real quick. $19 homers, 274. The problem is it's only 400 at bats, man. Dude, that's pretty good, man. I think Drake might win it. What do you think? Jacob Marcy? Let's check Jacob Marcy. That's Jacob Junis. That's not who we want. Hey, computer. Not enough. But you're right. He would have. God, he's filthy. Are 400 Bs close to the same as 20 or 22 starts? Yeah, I think so. They've played. That's really close, man. So, okay, I think it's between Drake Baldwin and Kate Horton. I think we've narrowed it down. He just homered again? Oh, damn. You know what I'm going to do? Just because I'm going to go. Guys, I think this is so hard. Let's just go Drake Baldwin. Why? Because that's what it came up with. He was tails, guys. Sorry. All right, platinum glove. Who is the best defensive player in both leagues? This is going to be really, really interesting. Will it go to a center fielder, a shortstop? Does making the playoffs matter for the Rookie of the Year? Not quite as much, no. It's all about it. To the OAO leaderboards. Let's do it. Actually, let's effing do it, dude. Let's just check who's leading in this stuff. I genuinely don't know. We got fielding run value. Let's do it. Patrick Bailey. Wowie clap. Okay, infield, outfield runs. Yes, Pete Crow Armstrong. Oh, dude, it might be. Guys, it's probably Rafaela and Crow Armstrong. But do you think Rafaela wins over Witt? Yeah, some weird. Like everyone's like, dude, Bobby Witt's had a down year. Bobby Witt's had a down year. We'll go look at Bobby Witt's stats in a second overall. Hey, shout out to Dubon, by the way. That's pretty awesome. Pete's nasty. I think it's Rafaela and Pete Armstrong. I think this is pretty easy. This one's pretty easy. It's Sedan and PCA. Oh, dude, Bobby Witt. Mason Wynn. Hey, let's give Mason Wynn a little bit of love here too. Mason Wynn, this is he wasn't as good defensively. Great arm, but he's made way less throwing mistakes this year. That guy's he's getting way better really fast. Like, I think Mason Wynn is going to be a stud. He kind of already is, but he's going to be a stud. Yeah. Okay, I think it's Rafaela and PCA. We'll add that in a second. But really quick, Bobby Witt. Look at Bobby Witt's stats. Look at his rankings and everything. It's like, yeah, dude, Bobby Witt had a down year. 23 home runs, 293, 850 OPS. He's filthy, dude. Absolutely filthy. Ernie Clement anywhere on there? I think so. He was down a little bit, right? Thought I saw him somewhere. Anyway, I like it. I like it a lot. Great job, guys. Let's just do it both ways. We'll go Rafaela and then Crow Armstrong. I like that. Okay. Now, last section before we move on to some internet says reliever of the year for the NL and the AL. So this isn't the Hoffman Award, so we're not going closer of the year. Okay, this can be any reliever. And this is going to be started voting on next year. So this is going to be in the same group. Reliever of the year is going to be a new one they're putting in the same group of awards. Interesting. Coach CK, thanks for the sub, man. Welcome in. Nah, Cade Smith's been really good, but no. He has 6 blown saves. I think it's Chapman. So I'll make your case. I think Aroldis Chapman. And then I think this is Morejon. Duran in both leagues. Now, that's interesting because Johan Duran has been ridiculous. Okay, so I need to look up some things here, okay? So let's look up Chapman first. Let's see. I'll be honest. Since we last talked about him over the last 14 or so days, I haven't seen how things have changed. He's still incredible. He's got a 1.9, has not given up a run, 66 outings. I mean, guys, a 0.7 whip is like, look, his career's 0.108. He was 1.3. He's half the whip he had last year. Like, that's dominance. That is dominance. Now, the only guy could be over him is Munoz. No. He is he's a 0.3 whip more. Like, Chapman just broke the hitter's face without, it's Chapman. The record is going to give it to him. If he's not going to win the Cy Young, he's going to win this. He's going to be reliever of the year. Though it's not a real thing, so he's not going to get it yet. But what I want to show you is more Adrian Morejon. Look at this stuff. Look at this. He's got a 271 innings, 0.88 whip. He's 13-5. He's got 13 wins, dude. You like, what? Excuse me? It's funny. This guy's given up like runs in like 4 different games, and I've watched them all live. 13 wins as a reliever. 18 decisions. That's W. Again, that is like, you'll never get the record for that. I think that the record's like 21 or something because, you know, the world's baseball was insane before. But like, man, this got to be him. Now, who's the best closer in the NL, you think? Yeah, he's got a couple blow-ups, one of which was mostly Wandy Peralta. So I'm going to give him, Wandy also took in, basically these two, him and Wandy Peralta gave up 9 runs in 1 inning, back-to-back. Oh, Duran. Oh yeah, we're going to check around. That's the thing though, Duran was only in one, he was in two leagues. That's the issue. And he's got a 1-1. Like, no, it's not even, like, no. He's not as good. He's not as good, man. He's, Edwin, let's check Edwin real quick. Edwin is not what you should type in. Actually, Diaz either. You should probably do both. Edwin Diaz, 173. 59 games, though. And he's 27 saves. It's not that he doesn't have a lot, but like, yeah. I just don't think he's pitched enough. 62 innings, I don't think that's enough. Though he would definitely be in the conversation. 100%. He's absolutely dominant. Garrett Whitlock? Let's check Whitlock. Two, 3. Wow, he has been way better. Why isn't he getting enough love? Huh. Interesting. That's a very good season. He'd be in the conversation. This is one of the better relievers in the league. Not the best. I think it's Chapman and Morejon. Chapman and Morejon, for sure. So let's go back. Let's check these out. All right. So we have Cal Raleigh, Shohei Ohtani. So I saw someone in the chat saying that Judge has him better in stats. That's not how this works. He does have him better in stats. He's always going to be. But that's the thing. Aaron Judge is always going to have better stats than everybody else. That's just the way it works. So if we do that, if we say, yeah, but stats, then he'll win every single year. And is that fun? No, it's not. It's boring. It's boring. And Cal, I will say, even though Aaron Judge basically carries the Yankees offense when they're struggling and when they're going well, without him in there, they are a different team. Cal Raleigh, I still think, is more valuable to the Mariners. And Cal broke a bunch of records for catchers. Cal broke the home run record for a catcher by 10 runs. That's important. That's important. I just think the story's better, and if the Mariners make a run, they'll win it. So, what do we think? I think these are pretty good. I think we're pretty solid here. The only one I'm iffy on is Drake Baldwin. I'm not quite sure on Drake Baldwin. And Crochet could sneak over Skubal, especially if the collapse completes one way and Crochet ends up coming up big the other. So, you're the big dumper. And the Seattle record too, they're up there, man. So, Pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Give yourself a round of applause. Tap yourself on the back and all that good stuff. All right, boys and girls, let's do a little bit more here. We have a little bit of internet says. I got some fun stuff to bring up. This is what is going on the baseball internet. Buckle up. I clicked the wrong button again. 1 sec. Holy moly. Every single time. Every single time. Come on, man. Oh, here we go. There we go. All right. Turning this off. All right. Let's check out what the internet says about the internet, about baseball. What's the baseball? What's baseball talk? What's baseball talking about on the internet? Okay, we'll see. All right, our first thing: Reds minor leaguer Levi Jordan plays all 9 positions in the same game. Look at this. So, third base, shortstop, second base, first base, left field, center field, right field, pitcher, third base, and catcher. Hey, sometimes in the minors, you got to just make up reasons to have fun, especially if they're feeding you like hot dogs chopped up in beans. Jordan threw 3 pitches, which were all put in play. Dude, he threw 3 pitches, and they all got put in play and got pulled. That's hilarious. Hold on. This is the 3 pitches and what happened to them. This is awesome. The first was a single to left. Second was a force out at third. And the third batter reached on an error from the right fielder. Did he drop it? What happened? Jordan was then pulled and later credited with 200 runs and the loss. He also got the loss. Sad. So it was a close game, evidently. In the next inning, while catching, Jordan caught all 16 pitches and made it to him in the air cleanly, blocked the ball in the dirt, even employed a one-knee approach as the sounds batted around. What a joke. What a joke of a game. But I love this. You know what? This is what I'm talking about. It's just a game, especially the minors. Minors don't matter. Who are we kidding? All right. Mike Trout played catch with the fan that caught his 400th home run in exchange to have the ball. That is awesome. This is sick. Like, this is classic Mike Trout being the GOAT. The guy's amazing. And also, shout out to Alberto for agreeing to do that and being like, hey, man, can I just get a cool experience for this? That's all I really want. I think that's pretty cool. I think it's pretty sweet. Judge is the type of guy that would do that in a heartbeat. This didn't make it into Be Good Dad and Indifferent, but it's pretty funny regardless. The Guardians introduced a new hashtag to get them excited about moving so far up into first place. Hard for guards. Where'd I go? I'm gone? I'm back. Hard for guards. Hashtag hard for guards. I don't know about you guys, but I'm hard for guards. That's one thing you can do, I guess. Sure. Love it. Speaking of really cool activations by teams, 6'7"? 6'7" Cam in Citi Field? 6'7"? In response to popular new 6'7" trend, the Mets debuted a new feature on their Jumbotron, prompting fans to do the dance on camera between innings. Evidently, this is a dance now. I would explain it to you, but I don't want to. That was Internet Says, lots of internet, and it's saying a lot of stuff. All right, let's quickly do the crazy fact of the week, and then we're going to do some quick Q&A, and I want to start asking questions. By the way, before we do the crazy fact, make sure you ask your questions in the chat. We will save them, we will put them up on screen, and I will answer as many as I can before the end of the show, okay? This is our crazy fact of the week. Let me know if you knew it, and don't let me know if you did, let me know if you didn't know it, And don't let me know if you did. That's right. That's how it goes. Yeah. Okay. This handsome devil is Tyler Cobb. Actually, I don't know if that's the full. It's Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb, one of the greatest hitters of all time. Ty Cobb was interviewed in 1925 about the state of baseball. Have you heard of that before? That's kind of a conversation we're having all the time. Believing that the new focus on home runs was bad for the game. 100 years later, and we're still having the same dumb conversation. He thought his style of singles, stealing bases, and bunting was more valuable and harder than hitting home runs. And so he decided to prove it. Cobb then hit 5 home runs in the next 2 games with 16 total bases in the first game. After that, he went back to his preferred style of baseball. That's pretty incredible. Even twice as incredible considering there were only 4 teams in the league and every team had 2 total pitchers. I've been told it's actually Tyrus Cobb. So, the more you know. But the man was a man of principle, and he stood by what he believed, and he proved it. So, who am I to say? I'm just some slapdick reliever. After all, thank you, Blake Snell. All right, another question from the chat, from the Discord, and then we will just get into the Q&A. So cue up your Q&A, guys. Get excited. Trevor, can you talk more about how you battled anxiety throughout your career, but especially talking about breath work? You mentioned you would spend up to 30 minutes a day doing this, and I would like to learn more. Thank you, Dolan Trimp, for that question. Actually, that is a really good question because I've never gotten to speak about this before. Anyone out there who is familiar with breath work, it's just breathing on purpose in like a purposeful way. And what I used to do, especially my last year playing, was when I was getting, I actually just do this every day to practice, but I would get, when you get like jacked up, what happens is like, when you get really mad, a lot of you guys know, or you have panic attacks, you tense, you start to like squeeze all your muscles, right? And when that happens, it's very hard to undo it. It's like cockroaching up or cramping almost. Like your brain is like, no, I'm doing this, leave me alone. And so it's hard to breathe. For me, I would do a pattern where I would breathe in for 4 seconds, hold the breath for 7, and then breathe out slowly for 8 seconds, a count of 8, and then do it over again, and then do it over again. Literally, if you're just like kind of keyed up a little bit, or just like your heart rate's up a little bit, and you try to do this first time, you like run out of breath when you're blowing out. You get into a state of stasis. It helps me drop my heart rate by like 28 beats immediately. And so I would do that, and I would go into the nap room, sit on a recovery chair, and put like an eye mask on, put my headphones in, put in some ambient music, and then just basically I would try to take a nap, but I would count. It would be like counting sheep. I would go through that cycle, go through the cycle, go through the cycle, go through the cycle, and just do it until I fell asleep. But it was literally like 4, 7, 8, 4, 7, 8. It's much harder than it sounds, but it's a very common way to do it. The holding the breath's hard. Or you can do 4 in, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4, and you just put holds in between each 4. Or in 4, out 6, in 4, out 6. That's like the easy version. These are all techniques that I learned from a lot of research, talking to professionals, but the 4, 7, 8 has always helped me the best. And it's just a good way to it's just something to focus on that isn't the thing you're panicked or mad about. So sometimes you just need something physically you can do, because like calming down, as pretty much everyone here knows, if you're just like, calm down, like it doesn't work. Having something that you're like, all I have to do is repeat this super easy thing to do over and over again, right? And it helped a lot. It helps a lot. I still do it. When I take naps, I do it, and it puts me to sleep really fast. And I'm a guy who I can't just let my brain just slow itself down naturally. I have to. You guys watch the show. You know, I'm excited. I'm an excited person. I get inspired. I get really excited about that. I'm excited for what I'm happy about and what I'm mad about. I get like, it's just the way it is. And so anxiousness isn't always like literally like fear. Anxiousness just kind of breeds, like if I get super pumped about something, I can also get this like weird anxiousy, like whoa, too far feeling sometimes. So sometimes I get too one way or the other. That's just me. It's just really helped me lean out and relax more often when I need to. So thank you for that question. It's really good. That's a really great question. That was really, really great. Appreciate it. All right. Okay, boys and girls. That leads us to let's start asking some more questions here. Let's get into some AMA. Actually, I'm going to put myself big here. See if we got anything. Question about Brian Wu, not on the IL, but sitting for pectoral inflammation. Oh, no. The Gardeners are a terrorist organization. They need to be investigated. Relax, Shay. By the way, Shay, shout out to you for getting on John Boy. That was pretty awesome. Question for Brian Wu. Let's do the Brian Wu one. Not on the IL, but sitting for pectoral inflammation. Has this ever happened to you? No, I've never had any pec inflammation, but that's because I'm hypo-mobile. I don't have a lot of mobility back here, so I can barely get I have no pecs, by the way. I have no chest. I have a concave, my body's weird. And so it was never a problem for me. Brian Wu is hypermobile. Like when he gets warm before he throws a pitch and before the game starts, he can slap his hands behind his back. Guys, I can't even get it on the screen where you can see both my hands. That's as far as I can go. He is going 3 feet farther than me. Like, that is the way he is. So he can extend all of his muscles past where they're supposed to go naturally. So he gets a lot of weird stuff like in his hammy to where he tweaks something, it hurts, and then 2 days later he's fine. It's because he's just getting out of his range. So that's what happened. If the Mets don't make the playoff, who is getting the chop in Queens? I think it would be a huge mistake to lose Carlos Mendoza or Hefner. I think it would be a huge problem. But and Hef is a really good friend of mine. But if they had to make a case, they would say, hey, it's the pitching, and I don't want that to happen. But I think that's more likely than Mendoza, if they don't make the playoffs. But that said, I think David Stearns doesn't. They don't do that with him. He doesn't go through coaches a lot when things don't go as well. They stick with the program. Everyone's on the same page, and they understand that sometimes, it just doesn't happen. You just didn't have the pieces you needed, and people kind of underperform. Sometimes there's nothing a coaching staff could have done. So it wouldn't surprise me one bit if they held steady. So if the Sox don't make the playoffs, how close are they? It'd be so hard for the Sox not to make the playoffs, man. How far up are they right now? Actually, now I'm actually kind of worried. How far up are the Red Sox? I was so caught up in the Guardians-Tigers thing. 2 games? 1 game? It's not comfortable. I don't think anyone's comfortable. Hell, I'm not comfortable. One game? Oh my God. So it's 1 game. Well, the thing is, Astros are 1 game behind them too. So it's yeah, you're right. Anything could happen. Whoa, dude. The Red Sox play the Tigers? Yo. I can't tell if that's good or bad. Oh. They have the tiebreaker over Houston and Cleveland? Dude. Not yet, though. Dude, this is crazy. Make you feel better for being a Cubs fan. Zachary, you guys are in the playoffs. Try being any of the other 8 teams that are collapsing, or see what guys right behind. Whoa, you guys are good, man. It's okay. It's okay. Red Sox sweeping Toronto would really help. Dude, the seating is like nowhere close. This is crazy. This is crazy. All right, any more questions? Do we have any more questions in the chat? Ooh, Branch. I'll hit Branches. Relaying 7-year-old's question, how stressful are baseball games? They can be very stressful, but they're also really fun. It's like one of those things, right? It's like the stress is kind of part of it. Like it's kind of anticipation. So they can be very stressful. As a reliever, sometimes they were extremely stressful. Sometimes there were days where I wasn't stressed at all for whatever reason. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, they can be. Branch asking about Matt Shaw leaving the team to go to Arizona. It's not the choice that I would make. I'm not Matt Shaw, and I do know though it is being called a funeral a lot, and it was a memorial service, a public memorial service. There was an actual also funeral too. So I think that's also a thing that I don't know in this discussion, because I follow baseball people. A lot of people got hot takes, and that people didn't really know. People were unclear on which thing it was. So I'm just being clear there. But when it comes to that stuff, man, they're clinched. I know the optics. I know as a player, it's just like guys make decisions to do the thing they need to do. He felt the need to do that. I don't know what the relationship is. That's also unclear, frankly. I've heard a lot of different things about that. So I don't really have a judgment because it's not my place. But yeah, I mean, I think people would have been like a little bit more if they were like still trying to clinch, or if they were trying to, but like, I don't know, things are pretty, I don't want to say well in hand, but they kind of know what they're doing in the playoffs, the Cubs do. So you can't really make that case as much. And if you need to go take some time, you should be able to take a day for yourself regardless, right? So the policy is to let him go. They let him go, and that's his choice. So I think that's where we leave it. All right. Playoff Ellie would be fun. True. Guys, I don't think there is losing when it comes to the playoffs and how they're coming out right now. Candidly, I don't know if Scott should be on the postseason roster. Scott? Which team are we talking about right now? Tanner Scott. The problem is, who else? Like, do you have another person you need a spot for? Like, no one's really doing great, man. Kasparis? Well, Kasparis is going to he's going to be there either way. Like, who's going to be left off for Scott is my question. I don't know. Is Senga done for the season, or did he get called back up? He is. I don't think he's done for the season. He's definitely going to be there, especially if there's a playoff. They need him. Interesting. Okay, if Cal Raleigh loses 70 points of OPS, he's a league average hitter. If Judge loses 170 points of OPS, he's Cal Raleigh. Yeah, that's a great point. Again, we're having the stats conversation. Like, but I got to tell you this right now. He's that on everybody every year. Like, that's not new. It's this thing that when things happen all the time, they're not interesting anymore. And when this is an award that's voted on by writers, interesting is important, regardless. There's narrative and then there's statistics. Same thing with Hall of Fame, man. Because statistics aren't one-to-one, right? They're not. You can't quantify calling a game. You can't quantify going behind the plate every day. You can't do it. There's not enough stats that do that. He broke a bunch of records. And if he hits 60 homers, he wins. It's just that simple. He has better stats for historically what Aaron Judge blows everyone out of the water. What really locks Aaron Judge into his MVPs is when he hits high 50 homers. When he hits that many home runs, that's why he wins. And he does not have that advantage this time, right? That's always the thing that's eye-popping about him. And it's not, and Cal Raleigh is more eye-popping in those areas. But yeah, their batting averages are 80 points apart too. Like, I get it. Like there's four stats where it's really, really big difference. But one guy didn't win it and has never won one, didn't win it last year, and is the greatest, has had the greatest offensive catcher season by a lot in all-time history. That, I think, is what gets it. So, anyway. Shout out Jimmy Herget for pitching really well in Colorado somehow. The glitch, man. You got to be a glitch to pitch in Colorado. Sometimes things happen and guys do well, and it's inexplicable. Just ask Adam Ottavino why the sweeper was so good in Colorado. He's like, I just yucked it all the time. That's all. What's your thoughts on the David Fry injury? Unfortunate, but fortunately he is He is okay. He's not healthy, but he's okay. And 6 to 8 weeks, he should be back to normal. No surgery, no nothing. So it's like it was a square to bunt too. Like it was one of those situations where like kind of unavoidable, right? Not a question, just love the shirt. Dude, Focus Fuel, guys. 10% off your order at focusfuel.com. Code baseball, 10% off, dude. Get it. So good. Best case scenario. Yeah. All right, with Adam Ottavino also going live on YouTube, when will the Trevor May Adam Ottavino pod where you are just spouting facts? We have already talked about it. It is going to happen. It's all about timing, right? So I do the middle of the day. He does in the evening. So I might join him for an evening because he goes at like 10 at night after all his kids are asleep. My son goes to sleep at 7. So we're going to schedule, especially through the playoffs. I'm going to try to get on there once or twice with him on the playoffs. I kind of want to do a watch party with him or do a playoff reaction situation. So, and vice versa. So Mayday plus Adam Ottavino. Also, we've had many discussions in the past about possibly combining our forces for other things. Guys, full disclosure, going into the fall, because it officially is fall, by the way. Happy fall, happy autumn, everybody who loves pumpkin season. In the winter, we are going to be developing, we're working on a new kind of game debate show in the baseball space that we're going to be developing for a few months. And then I'm hoping to film a couple pilots like in February of next year and just see how it goes. It's going to take a few months to get it going. I mean, you've seen technical difficulties, so I'm sure this is going to go great. But that's in the works, and starting to collab with more and more people is the goal. I do love talking to you guys sitting in front of a camera all day, but it is nice to get other people's opinions. We just don't want to water it down. We want to sit and just kind of freeform. And frankly, our idea is to kind of sit with our iPads and just bring stuff up, like we used to do because for an entire year, 2022, we sat there and we just kind of like, hey man, did you play with this guy? Look at this guy. Look at this thing. Whoa, that's crazy. Oh, look how this moved. Whatever. That's how we did it. So, all right. How can the Reds beat Skeens tonight? Hunter Green. That's how they do it. All right, guys. I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I got to get out of here. Got to go edit some videos, do some stuff. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you subscribe to more Mayday. If you have more questions, you didn't get to sneak them in, hit me up. You can hit me up. Also, join my community on Instagram. You can do it there. You can do it on Discord. You can do it in the comments on any YouTube video that we put up. Any of them. I try to read as many as I can. The editors are reading the comments as well. If you have edit feedback, if you're like, hey man, the jump cuts of this are making me motion sick, can you freaking stop it? That has been something we've gotten. We've cleaned that up a little bit. So if you have feedback that way, please. But if you do that though, just make sure you give a good job and then subscribe. Thank you. Love you guys. As always, enjoy the mayhem that is that we're sure to watch for the next 5 days going into the playoffs. I will see you next Wednesday for game 1, which I don't know if we're going to do a watch party. That is going to be a little bit of a different. The playoffs are going to be a little bit odd for the show. So I'm going to post on the YouTube and in the Discord about that stuff. Trust me. But enjoy your baseball, drink your water, stay hydrated because it's still warm even though it's autumn. And I will see you next time on Mayday next week at some point. You get it. Just believe. I love you guys. Bye. 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 Bye.